This will be a 140 Q&A practice test. Plaintiff Attorney Mr. Prince, capital P-R-I-N-C-E. Defense Attorney Mr. Morton, capital M-O-R-T-O-N. And it starts with the plaintiff. This is not an inquisition. If there's any reason you want to take a break, we'll finish the topic area. We'll take the break. I don't envision this taking a long time today. If you want to stop for any reason, talk to your husband, just take a break. You let me know. Okay, we have water. We don't have any donuts because we are trying to... Thank you. We just talked about the right food to eat off the record. Do you have any questions at all before we start the deposition? No. Ma'am, you were advised, at least I advised, that the date of the accident was 9/18 back in 2011. At that time, you were living at the Sunset address? Correct. And at that time, on that date, do you have a memory of witnessing an accident? Yes, I do. Okay, do you have a memory? I have the traffic report which indicates the accident happened about 1:15 in the afternoon. I'm not trying to put your feet in cement. Is that approximately what your memory is as far as the time of the accident? Actually, no. I thought it was a bit earlier. Oh, I thought it was like around 11 in the morning. Okay, but I could be wrong, you know. With regard to the accident, I trust you only witnessed one accident that day? Yes. Okay, after the accident that you witnessed, was that on Brea Highway? Correct. And was that somewhere approaching the intersection of Laguna Canyon? Yes. All right. Brea runs generally east and west, does it not? Yes. And my understanding is that you had been driving westerly on Brea. Yes. Where did you initially get on Brea when you started to go westerly? I was coming from my daughter who lives in Laguna Hills, so I got up there off on Main. So you got onto Brea Highway from Main? Yes. All right. And from the point where you got on Brea at or about Main to the point where the accident happened? Did you make any stops? No. Okay. And one last thing, by the way, is if I ask you a question, we need to have your answer in English, yes and no, as opposed to a nod of the head or an or or something like that. Oh, I'm sorry. That's okay. If I happen to say to you, ma'am, is that a yes or is that a no? No, I'm not being disrespectful. I just want to make sure we have a response for the court reporter. Okay? Yes. All right. You got onto Brea at Main. And what type of a vehicle were you driving? An Accord. It's an SUV. And how long have you had the SUV, the Accord? Since 2005. And on this particular date, did the Accord had a clean windshield? Yes. Any stickers at all that in any way obscured or obstructed your vision? No. To look out? Same question with regard to what was behind you. Did it have a clean, yes, rear window? Yes. Anything in the car that would in any way inhibit or obstruct your view from your rear view mirrors, any of them, from looking back? No. Okay, and as you were westbound on Brea Yes. And between the time you got onto Brea to the time of the accident, and when I say time, I'm talking about the location, strike that, at the location where you got on Brea at about Main, to the location where the accident happened. Can you describe for me what the traffic conditions were like that day? Yes, as I say, I got on at Main and I'm just driving. It was just sort of a very, very light traffic, and pretty soon I'd say within, I don't know, five or so minutes, motorcycles started driving up and driving around me. Okay, generally speaking, after getting on at Main to the point where the accident happened, would it be fair and accurate to say generally the traffic was light that day? Yes. Okay. And we're going to get to talking about the motorcycles in 1 second. I just wanted to get a general feel of the general flow of traffic. Oh, I see. Okay. When you say that the traffic was light, can you give me a better description of that? 1 or 2 cars on the road? You let me know. Oh, I don't know. 5 or 6. They're very light. All right, no problem. And then once you're going on once you're going on to Brea, you mentioned that you'd been on Brea for a few minutes, right? And then some motorcycles, right? Did they approach from the rear? Yes. Okay. And by the way, I handed you the statement that you had signed some time ago today. All right, the word list. We have sunset, capital SUNSET. Brea Highway, capital BREA. New word, capital HIGHWAY. Laguna Canyon, capital LAGUNA. New word, capital CANYON. Main, capital MAIN. Accord, capital ACCORD. And it looks like that's the word list. And that will conclude our 140 Q&A practice test.